In this video, I'll teach you how to carry games as Genji even when your mechanics suck, simply by using the power of your brain. The game starts as normal with me climbing the red building to scout and poke. Once the payload gets past the first corner, I move up to be ready to push the high ground. We find a trade while I'm being pushed, so I lurk near the body to stop Mercy from rezzing. Once my deflect comes back, I go for a rollout to reach the backline. Unfortunately, I did not warm up for this game, so my mechanics were lacking. But since I had an escape path ready, I survived. Hog finds a pick on your Kiriko, so we should retreat and regroup, right? Actually, things are much more complicated. Being up a player, the enemy team will push to the high ground to reclaim some powerful sightlines. You know what that smells like? An opportunity. Having full resources, I go for a sneaky roof stall during the enemy rotation to land right behind them when they least expect it. Welp, I tried. After a lot of waiting for teammates and resources, I once again have the opportunity to assassinate an overconfident Hanzo. Even though we are down players, this pick is huge since the closer spawn will give us the advantage in the next fight. I wish my team would stop feeding. While waiting, I scout the high ground and move up so I'm ready to blade once our team starts pushing. Despite only getting one kill, this blade is massive as it removes the only off angle the enemy team had as well as force foul. And hey, a fight win is a fight win, it doesn't matter how flashy it looks.
Duplicating Kiriko.
Somehow, despite the awkward retake, the enemy team won the fight? Should I have played more aggressively there? Maybe, but the game is not over yet, and I have an opportunity to carry.
I wish my team would stop feeding.
Crap. In thinking about the many times my team wasted precious time by feeding, I lost my cool and went for a terrible play. Now there's only one thing to do. Hope for the best.
Payload has reached the checkpoint.
Somehow, despite my awful mistake, we clutched it. I probably didn't even need blade to be honest. Oh well. Moving on to second point, it's my job to contest the high ground so my team doesn't get destroyed. Being the only person fighting up top, I eventually get forced out, and my team just keeps getting picked off. The enemy team gets overconfident and Kiriko feeds, so it's finally time to break this stupid spawn hole. Stop it! We have time for one more push, and thankfully I can take matters into my own hands this time with Nanoblade. While I move up to be in position to ult, we find a massive pick on the hog, and both teams trade ults. But I keep my cool and wait. It might look like a lot is happening with 2 Kiriko ults on the field, but that's not true. Without their tank or high grounds, the enemy team can't play aggressive positions without taking massive risks. Meanwhile, our team doesn't need to take any risks, and can just wait for a mistake from our opponents, such as an overextension. With a stagger achieved, we can continue riding on these small victories until the payload reaches 1 fight territory. And now, it's finally time to reap the rewards of our Nanoblade patience. Another overtime clutch secured. Due to its box structure, third point is very straightforward for Genji. Just fight for control of this square high ground. Not only is it a powerful position for the enemy team, it's also a great position for you. We get good payload progress, but ultimately lose the fight due to ultimates. Once again, it's gonna come down to an overtime push. Yeah, things are looking grim. But somehow, we're still hanging on! Inch after inch, pick after pick, our team refuses to go down. And with one last heroic push, we captured the final point. With newfound confidence, it's time to end this decisively. Now that we're playing defense, it's my turn to abuse the broken high ground positions I was previously marking. While the red building is great for staging, it's not good enough for me to risk my life fighting over it. With the payload under the arch, I can either stall point and pressure hog, or contest the high ground to prevent the enemy team from using it. Pay close attention to what I'm saying here. I'm marking the high ground, not searching for kills. As long as our team has a strong defensive advantage and the objective isn't progressing, there is no reason for me to take any unnecessary risks. All I have to do is prevent the enemy from breaking the status quo, nothing more. In fact, trying to do more would result in me doing less. It sounds counterintuitive, but hear me out. If you push into the enemy team and get a pick, you just took extra risk that wouldn't be there if you just waited for the enemy team to push into you instead. If you push, fail to get a pick and survive, you probably don't have enough resources to mark anymore, meaning that the enemy team can push with less resistance. If you push, fail to get a pick and die, I don't really need to explain this one, do I? In conclusion, stop trying so hard, play smarter, and you will be more successful. Surviving the hook is great, but I'm not in position to mark the high ground anymore. So, expecting the enemy DPS to push in now that they have room to breathe, I make a decision. I want to blade now to prevent the enemy team from gaining too much tempo and overwhelming us with ults. The downside of this play is that we use their free fight win button without forcing anything out from our opponents. But since the status quo got reset, the enemy team will struggle to regain good positions, making their ult advantage less scary. Even though I struggle to get value here, our team is in good shape due to bad pathing from everyone except Soldier. The enemy team finally managed to take multiple angles at once, but our team is ready to punish their over-aggressive positioning. With less than a minute remaining, our opponents start rushing in one at a time, slowly but surely digging their graves. Believing we had already won, I go for a stupid ego push in the enemy spawn and feed. Thankfully, no one reached the payload in time, but if overtime continued, we could have been in some serious trouble. If you want to reach a new peak in 2024, check out my Patreon page. I have recently hosted a free, high-quality positioning workshop that will make you a master of pathing. And if you're looking to improve your blades, use a 7-day free trial to check out my premium blade workshop. Seriously, you don't wanna miss out.